Hey everybody, welcome to CJoy and Expand Podcast again. It's Christian Joy, and welcome if you're a new person on here listening to this podcast, found this however you found me. I love it. People have been surprising me lately. Like people are finding me out of nowhere, and I'm really excited. Like, where are you all coming from? But I love that's the gift of the internet and showing up on there. Um, Welcome. If you don't know who I am, I'm an embodiment life coach. I am a quantum hypnotist and I do a slew of all different kinds of things. If you're familiar with human design, I'm a manifesting generator. So I will talk about how much I am a manifesting generator all the time because I am into everything. I do all the things and I pivot a lot. So like I might look like I have ADHD and I'm just like, oh, she's talking about another topic again. But that's how I'm designed to be, and it makes me feel very happy inside that I get to be who I am. So, if you are like don't know what I'm talking about, never heard of human design, but I said something like that resonates with you, you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm totally ADHD and I'm all over the place and I have a ton of interests and I feel really weird about it." Join us tonight. I'm going to be going on live with John on TikTok, and we're just going to talk about human design the whole time. And then on Monday, I opened doors for my coaching program, and it's intuitive coaching for the Technicolor human, becoming your Technicolor human. I do embodiment life coaching. If you're not familiar with coaching, I do have, I believe it's episode 7. It's titled Christian Gets Coached with Elaine Dizon, and we talk about what coaching is not, and we demonstrate coaching. She coaches me live on that episode, and you get to see me all being all vulnerable and saying all the things, so it's my favorite. So you get to see that. So she's a traditional life coach. She's been a life coach for like over 15 years. She's fabulous. I love her. And then my coaching, I'm an embodiment life coach, so I'm not exclusively life coaching and being in the mind and having the conversation. I include the body in my work because in my journey, I realized that, and I've riffed off this like many times in previous episodes, I realized that mindset only takes you so far. And then I hit a wall and I was like, I feel like there's somewhere else I need to go. Like, I'm like, what have I not entertained yet? Because I was in this like this part of my journey where I just like I spent most of my life not knowing who I am, and I was like knee deep and like I don't recommend this, but I treated it like another job. But I don't regret any of that, any of the last how many years. Um, because I learned a lot about myself and who I am, and I definitely know who I am now. And let's see. So I decided to, and I, in self exploration, I like signed up for so many courses, and I signed up for an embodiment coaching course. I was in that transition between like, I know I want to leave nursing, but I don't know what I want to do. And I decided to explore, get curious, experiment, wander wherever my energy takes me. So I trained as an embodiment life coach, and you'll see on my offerings page, and I'll link it in the show notes so you can read all about my program. There's going to be 2 tiers, but everything that I do, I'm doing it with you. Especially if you're interested in tier 1, we're going to do everything that I know. We're going to do it. And we're going to meet, we're going to work more closely together. It's like a blend of embodiment coaching, energy work, and what was the other one? Energy work, mentorship. And that's designed. Tier 1's I'm only looking for one person for tier 1, and it's designed for whoever has the space to devote to self-discovery and their transformation. This might be really good for someone who's gone to therapy um, a lot or enough that they're very self-aware. And now it's like time to play and explore and see what else is out there. Tier 2, I'm opened up to 5 people only because I explain this in my the what the offerings page for this my life coaching, is that I no longer market by pain points. I never really did it. I've been always very candid and honest. Like, I don't want to do it. I did try it a couple times, and I find old school marketing, frankly, like unethical and just like marketing to people's pain points is kind of annoying to me. I'm like, and I do explain like the languaging I use. So I did write that I had limited seats, but it's only because my energetic capacity is limited. This is something I know about myself, I'm certain about. I have a profile in human design, so hermiting and isolation alone time is very important for my human design blueprint. It resonates a lot with me. Like, there are moments where I am peopled out and I cannot show up for you. So I have to limit the how many seats I take. But that's why I put a lot of work out on Substack, the podcast. You can engage with my energy through that. Um, and the doors open on Monday and they close on June 2nd. So give yourself some time to feel into it. I am not married to filling up all these spots. I want people to take their time. If it's a strong gut yes, then by all means. But if you don't feel a pull, you don't feel anything listening to this, me describing it, reading it, maybe you want to you feel like there's something there, but you're not like, not even feel something. You don't feel anything at all. Maybe it's a no, and then it'll be a maybe later. So take the next few weeks to feel it out. If you are a no, honor that. I believe that everybody can become their Technicolor human in a million of different ways, because if I don't believe, then this is how I see it. If I don't believe if I believe that you can only become your Technicolor human through my work, then I'm not believing in university's capacity of limitless possibility, and that's what I resonate with. So I trust that universe will find solutions. Maybe will bring solutions to you, bring the right people to you. And maybe all you needed to know or understand the concept of becoming your Technicolor human and reading that offering page. Maybe there was like a little sign or synchronicity in there that will lead you to your next step, not towards my coaching, but somewhere else. And that's how my spiritual journey has panned out, and I want to honor that in other people. It's a lot of fun moving around, pivoting, going where your interest lies, X, Y, and Z. So really, really come to an answer within yourself. It's a 4-month program for all tiers. And then one more thing too. I have for founders subscribers on Substack, they get a 10% off on all services. I don't widely market that, but it felt important to say. So it's for the duration of the subscription, and you get access to free distance Reiki and the quantum hypnosis collection. And I love that. I love how it's all coming together. My growing library of quantum hypnosis recordings that I have had with past clients. And the last couple ones are really fun. I love the one that's coming out on Friday. It's one of my favorite. I mean, okay. I need to use a different word. I always say it's my favorite session, but they're all really fucking cool and unique. So this one, it's a re-release since I decided to revamp Substack and the collection and reorganize it and clean it up a little bit. It's the Quantum Hypnosis with Stormy Sage, and it is really fantastic. I was re-listening to it. I love when I like re-listen to quantum hypnosis sessions, and I was like, wow, this hits differently. I love this. Have you ever watched like a TV show that you love like over and over again and just kind of like lands a different way, or read a book again and it just like hits in a different way and you're like, gosh, that is so good. So yeah, I had that experience because I decided to re-edit it before re-releasing it so that like the timing and the flow of it, because I think I made it too fast the first time I released it, but now it flows really nicely. It feels nice to listen to, nice to the ears. Not that the old one was bad, but it could have been improved upon. Anywho, so that's coming on Friday. Now to the episode, what I wanted to talk today, because this is my third time re-recording this intro and I keep rambling on like I didn't have a topic to talk about. So what Spirit wanted me to share today is youth is an energy. Youth is an energy. So what do I mean by that? And I'm just gonna tell a little story first. Back in my 20s, well, let me start here. Why am I even bringing it up? I know as we age, or commonly believed notion that youth is only for young people. And for me, youth is not a number. It's not exclusive to one group of people based on age. Um, and a lot of people are scared of getting old and losing their youth. Quote, I threw some air quotes up. And now to the story. Back in my 20s, and I'm going to say this too. I'm excited to get old. And back in my 20s, I remember in my first job, I was working at in a hospital in Vegas. Before I became a nurse, I was a secretary or even a volunteer in the hospital. I've always worked in the hospital before going into coaching work. And if you've ever been in the hospital, okay, let's say this. If you've never met a Filipino, go to a hospital, you'll find them all there. Everybody on my unit that my mom worked, it was even the unit my mom worked into, and everybody there's Filipino, like most of everybody. Like we were the majority of the demographic there. And everybody's auntie and uncle when they're like a certain age, like a certain number of years older than you. Everybody's auntie and uncle to you, regardless of being related to you by blood or not. And that's my culture. So I remember one of my aunties was walking through the unit and like she was just like dancing and moving around. And mind you, this is an ICU. And not that like she was being inappropriate or anything. It was more like this was like a moment and there's no emergencies happening. It's just like that middle part of the shift where everything's chill and she's just like dancing and smiling and joking around. And I was like, wow. And I was in my 20s, like my early 20s. And I watched her, observed her, and I was like, I want to be like that when I get older. She must have been like in her 60s or something at that time. And when I saw that, I was so inspired that that's how I'm going to be when I grow up. And I kind of carried that with me, like that youth energy. Like I tend to be that way. It's always kind of been a part of my nature, but it was so nice to see it in my lived experience, knowing somebody that represents what youthful energy looks like in an older person. And and ever since then, and if you if you ever get to listen into my conversations with my cousin, I don't know if that will ever happen, but between her and I, when we were in our 20s, we were always like, I can't wait to get old. And there's something about being older that people in their 20s or younger don't like. Youth is great and everything, but there was something about being the older person where they just didn't give any F's anymore, and they just unabashedly lived their lives and were themselves, dressed the way they wanted to, talk the way they wanted to do the things that they wanted to. And I remember in my 20s, it was like, oh my God, like, what are they going to think of me? Oh my God, what are they going to think of me? Oh no, I did something weird again. Like, I remember having those fears and thoughts behind my head, but it would become an outward expression or undercurrent under my skin, and I would feel like a retraction or scared or really anxious. So now that I'm 40, I'm like, and it's been coming up a lot lately. I was like, oh my God, 40. I'm like getting close to perimenopause. Well, I mean, it could be coming up soon. Because I know somebody who's like 3 years older than me that perimenopause already started for her. So, anyways, so it's been coming up, like the concept, the idea of aging. I'm like, I feel like I'm not old. I feel like I'm not old because of the way I carry myself, but also realizing the reality that I have been on this earth. I'm going on my 40th year. So all that to say is that youth is just an energy. And what does that mean? Let's go back to emotions. This is how I'm going to explain it. If you can feel love, gratitude, um, playfulness, fear, anxiety, and what else? Shame, guilt. You feel that inside, right? That's an experience that you feel within your body. So, conventionally, most of us are programmed to believe that that is something that's happening in our external world. That thing's happening. Oh my God, I feel this. That thing is my fear. But what if I told you, like, how could that be your fear when the fear is within you? What the fear is something that's felt inside you. That thing, if somebody else looked at whatever this thing is, say if it's I don't know, what are people scared of that other people are lizards or snakes. Okay. Some people are not afraid of snakes. That's me. Some people are definitely afraid of snakes. Somebody could look at the same object and be like, oh, that's really cool. I love snakes. Or it's just a snake, whatever. And another person can see the same thing and be like screaming and running down the hallway. So, how could that be your fear when the fear is felt within you? Get what I'm saying? And that's only one example. So, that's the same for love. Like the object of your affection, is that really is that love? Or is that the love that you feel within yourself? So the point I'm making is all of these feelings are within you. You just need to, if you haven't discovered what elicits this feeling so that you could feel it or know how to tap into it, then that's how you would normally think of it. Like this external thing's in front of me, or this event's happening, this is my feeling. Outside, the external things are those things, and therefore my experience. What if I told you those feelings were inside of you today, you just don't know how to tap into them moving forward. What if we could just feel that way today? Start in the morning or start from the night before, set us up for success from the night before. And be that throughout the day because we chose or intended or made a goal that that's how we wanted to feel instead. Because the feeling is inside you. You just have to, sometimes you have to sift through the layers and see what it is. And a part of coaching is figuring out, or doing the inner work is figuring out what that is for you. What is that feeling you want to feel instead? Instead of, not being successful, a failure. I was like, what's the word? Not, instead of being a failure. What if you chose to to feel successful instead? And what could you do in your everyday to feel successful? What would you do in your day? What tasks would you complete or want to complete that is this obtainable in this very moment that would quantify as a success? So that will be depending on your journey. So let me give you an example of where I'm at and what word I'm stepping into. So back to me creating my self-paced spiritual university program at home. I decided that I am um, reviewing all of my old courses that I never finished and create my own spiritual university at home. So there's 2 courses that I'm returning to at this moment that I'm currently like dipping my toes back into. And that's my human design course. Fucking love it. And my tantra course. Ooh. And that one felt very synchronistic because I even found a buddy to follow along the program with me from another cohort. So that's fun. Everything's always fun when you do it with someone else. It's going to help me with accountability since my energy goes all over the place. So I'm really excited for whatever happens with that. And I will be sharing this journey. I might touch on it a little bit here, but I'm definitely going to be writing about it in Substack, like more openly. If you guys want, like, love, are comfortable in getting into those topics, I love going there. I think I wrote a piece on I love talking about race the other day. It's funny to see how many clicks I get from it because I'm like, not everybody loves talking about race, but this is me saying I love talking about race, but people, like, they'll see that, and I didn't do it to be clickbaity, because if you love talking about race or are interested in, like, not a lot of people like talking about race. That's the point I'm making. But I do love to say I'm coming from a lens as a quantum hypnotist who knows a lot of her past lifetimes or other lifetimes. So that was a lot of fun to write from that perspective. But anywhoots, where was I at, you guys? I'm losing my train of thought again. So, yeah, I lost it again. And I'm not gonna re-record this. This is the 3rd time. So, um, I, oh, okay, I remember. Tantra course. So what energy do I want to step in today? And this will paint a picture for stepping into youth energy. Is my intention for revisiting the course was that I wanted to experience more pleasure in my life. I've worked my whole life. I'm the daughter of immigrant parents. Working for survival was the name of the game. And I've been riffing off of this message that I've had. what if I put my body first? And that's been a lovely experience, like experiencing life from a full cup. And now I get to entertain all the things that I want to entertain because I'm not living out of lack or survival because my body feels safe. I've been giving to it first. What? It's like the plane, the oxygen mask on the airplane concept. You put it on yourself first before the kids. Take care of your body first and it'll take care of you. So what I wanted to experience is pleasure. And one day I had a moment where I was in the shower and I was like just washing my body. And if you're not watching me, I'm like rubbing my hands over my arms. And I was just like, oh, wow, this feels really nice. And I had a moment where it was like aha moment about pleasure. I was like, I just had a moment of pleasure. I'm like caressing my skin and really, it felt really nourishing to feel like soothing and nice and like, all the things for my body. And I was like, wow, just this tiny little action. If I took that 1 second to switch my mind off of the to-do list and be here in this present moment while I'm washing my body, something that I do every single day. And I was like, wait a second, this feels really nice. Wow. Oh my God. I already experience pleasure every day and I didn't even notice it. So that's the beauty of like coming back to the present moment, coming back to the here and now, stepping out of your mind, getting back into the body. And what's happening now, right at this very moment. And you'll be surprised. You can be surprised what awareness you find there because we've never been taught to live here in the here and now. Our brains are far off into the future about what's going to happen next, which is always something I'm learning about. What am I going to do next? What is my next step? Oh my God, my body feels awful. I like what can I do to remedy or fix myself or fix my experience? And then there's, oh my God, I did that. I did this. I'm such a doof. Doof, that's really funny. What the heck? Does anybody say that anymore? I don't think anybody ever said that. That's what came out of my mouth though. Um or like that moment you're like, oh my God, that was so fucking scary. I hope that never happens again. That's living in the past. Or when you're afraid of the future, that's living in the future. But what if you were right here, right now? What would it look like? What would it feel like? What would it feel like? What do you want instead? What do you want to feel instead of the fears of the future and the pain of the past? For me, my words, and your words will most likely be different because we're all unique, multi-dimensional human beings, is that my words and your words will be different. But my words, and listen to the words I say because you might hear a word and it will resonate. And when you feel that resonance, you'll realize that you're being present. And there, look, you are being present. Oh my God, you know how to be present? Okay, so here are my words. Listen. Joy, fun, levity, and pleasure. Those are the words I'm stepping into. Joy, fun, levity, and pleasure. You might have one of those words, a combination of them, or none of them at all. You might have different words. So that's why I love life coaching. Oh, look at me, like shamelessly plugging my own stuff, but this is my podcast, so. um, yeah. And words are so funny. I wrote a piece on Tuesday. It's called My Parents Didn't Teach Me Anything Either. I freaking love the titles of these things I make, these things I write. They're so freaking hilarious to me. I don't know how anybody else receives them, but they're. I like, and if you don't know by now, I easily entertain myself. I'm ridiculous, but it's a both and piece, and you'll notice how different words feel differently to different people, and that is a both and experience. Like this person's having this reality versus this person having that reality. You'll see a lot of that duality now in the collective, right? It's like happening in real time right now, online and in our faces. But what if we put and and between these two seemingly opposing truths or realities? How would that land? How would that feel like? I love this. This is a part of some of the work I do. I do neuro-linguistic programming, aka NLP. More stuff that I learned. Like, and I do a couple prompts in there, in that piece. And what if you have two opposing parts? One that feels like this and one feels like that. You don't know which to believe, which one is true within you. For me, that would look like, what would that look like? Oh, here's a good one, because I go through this one a lot. The collective out there, or the world, feels very scary and bonkers and topsy-turvy and painful. A lot of crazy things happening. But my inner world feels like an oasis. But I feel guilty for feeling like an oasis inside. Now, what if we switched the buts to ands? How would that land? The world is crazy, painful, and topsy-turvy, and I feel like an oasis inside my body, and I feel guilty about that. All of that is true. All of these are internal, or it's actually a combination of external conflicts and internal conflicts. And I remember writing it and I was just like, wow, this is like hitting so differently. I love the word and. It's so inclusive and so simple. So if you ever notice anything within yourself, if you're a very reflective person and you're like, oh, I feel this way, but that, is it this one or that? Try and. Or you can do it with external experiences. Like, he got really mad at me for this thing I did, but I didn't mean it. He got really mad at me for this thing I did, and I didn't mean it. Oh. Oh. So try it out, you guys, for whatever, however this shows up in your life. It could be an internal conflict, an external conflict, like interrelational conflict. It could be a collective inner conflict. It's it's dude, it's like energy work happening in real time. You're literally like, if you feel a sensation when you say that, you're doing energy work. So that's a little bit of the stuff that I get into. I get into a lot of stuff with embodiment coaching. I'm really excited that I decided to listen to this intuitive hit, because over the past like month and a half or so, I was like, I feel like life coaching is circling back around. I feel like I'm in an open spot, so I softly marketed it and like to my Substack community and felt it out, and then I was like, I think this is the date I will do it. And then when I was writing it out, I like channeled the whole offerings page, and it was like a lot of fun to write. So much fun goodies in Substack. I can't wait to start recording hypnosis tracks. That's coming soon. I promise. I've been talking about that for a long time, but I think the way I'm moving forward, I will have a lot of space to do that. But right now it's been nurturing my community. So a lot of fun things to come. Anywho, I hope you guys got a lot out of this episode. I hope it was very insightful. Oh, back to youth. Okay. So let's tie it all in together before my Manigen brain ends this podcast. The episode before getting to the point. You have the energy of youth within. You have had a memory in your past where you felt, and it could be these words: joy, levity, pleasure, fun. You have experienced any one of those words or a combination of your own, or all totally different words, whatever makes you feel youthful. You have access to that because it's within you. But what's getting in your way? The programs that usually keep you safe, usually keep your body safe. The programs that usually keep your body safe. Yeah. Your mind is there to keep you safe. Your nervous system is designed to keep you safe. Your nervous system is designed to be fearful, feel shame, feel guilt, to keep you in a place where you know it's safe, where you know you won't move forward or move the needle, but as we move forward in time, our current program won't serve us, especially the direction we're going into as a collective in 2027. The cross of incarnation in human design is going to move into the cross of the sleeping phoenix. And everybody is going to be their own special, unique human. The shift is starting now. Right now. That's why the world is absolutely bonkers. The shift is happening now. So, who do you want to be as your unique expression? Do you want to move along with the shift? Are you ready to move along with the shift? Are you tired of fighting with the shift? Only you can answer that question. So, and like I said, if you're not ready to take any action, follow that. I did this really funny, one more story. I did this really interesting experiment with myself. Is like, what if oh yeah, I talked about this like in way earlier episodes. What if I just decided not to do the whole new year, new me and go to the gym like crazy, like in the beginning of the year? What if I just did whatever I wanted to do? And I did it. I did what I didn't want to do. Or did what I didn't do what I why can't I English? I didn't do I did what I want to do. Shit. I did what I want to do. I did what I wanted to do, and that was not going to the gym. So I was sedentary like crazy for 6 months, and then I went snowboarding, and I was like, oh my god, I am so fucking out of shape. And then I was like, okay, it's time to go start walking every day, go to the gym every once in a while, what have you. But it's funny how we scare ourselves into thinking like if we don't do this, we're fucked. We're totally fucked. I fully leaned into what I didn't want to do. And I still ended up doing what I'm supposed to do, quote unquote. What's good and healthy for me. So Now, I'm going to caveat that if you have substance abuse history, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend what I just said. Seek professional help. Because fuck, if somebody listened to me based on that. But I'm talking if you don't have um substance abuse issues or eating disorders, things of that nature, I do recommend professional help. Please. Anywho, I'm gonna end it there. I will see you guys tonight on live on TikTok with John and I. We're gonna talk about human design, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's just hang out and we're gonna talk about all the things. So, hope to see you guys there, and see you on the next one. Bye.